In many countries where there's persecution, what we'll see is that parents can pull their kids out of school even as young as 10 or 12 years old. Not everywhere, but in certain countries. And the crazy thing is that this is a rational decision by the parents. And let me explain that. So basically, the educational experience for Christian kids is terrible. And oftentimes that's by design. They're not going to get anywhere. They're not supposed to get anywhere in the society where there's a lot of persecution. And then also in the future, what they're going to experience is there's job discrimination. They can't really get ahead. And then there's no access to capital. There's no access to loans, so you can't really start a business. And all that means is that you're going to do menial labor. Unless you're with a higher wealth family, you're going to do menial labor for life. And so the parents pull them out because they say, we got to get them ready. They've got to contribute to the family, and school's not going to get them anywhere, so they pull them out. And I saw this connection between generational poverty and persecution and generational educational deficits. And I probably saw this after about 10 years of working with the persecuted. And I said, gosh, I really want to break the cycle of persecution. We're always going to be bandaging the victims, but can we break the cycle of persecution? And that's when we started Hope House. And so what we do is we take kids after school. We don't build expensive buildings. We take kids after school. And the kids get an after-school education. We focus on the core things. We focus on English, which makes them rock stars. We focus on their own language so they speak properly. We teach them math. So the very core subjects, and just as well as the Bible. We do that all after school and actually in a church environment. So we're getting them also into the local church too and making sure they're being fed spiritually. So Jo Neer is one of those cases. Jo Neer's father died when she was rather young. And then she was being raised by her mother and her grandmother. And frankly, they're exhausted. There's 4 kids in the family, and the mom is exhausted. She's barely able to stay afloat. And so Jo Neer really began to drift. And when we got her into Hope House, you kind of do an intake, and you say, well, where is this kid at? And what we're finding out is that she's naughty at school. She's not showing up. She's skipping school. She's showing up late and just not going down the right path. And generally known as just a naughty kid. Well, when we get her into Hope House and our teachers start to love on her, and then they start to teach her those core subjects, and then they're teaching her the Bible, they're discipling her, and the result has been phenomenal. And what we're hearing back from the teachers is that she has done a complete turnaround. She's no longer a naughty kid. She loves learning now. She comes to school. She's doing really well in her normal classes. And this is the story of Hope House. This is why we started it, because we're always going to bandage. We're always going to have an unending line of victims to bandage, but we really want to break the cycle of persecution. And I say, God bless you. Thank you for being involved in Hope House and caring for your persecuted brother and sister.